The Nightmare Before Christmas is announced for 4K with a regular slipcover edition. The Little Mermaid is given a 4K and Blu-ray release date with tons of exclusives. Screen Factory officially unveils their new September slate. IFC Films has a new partner in Vinegar Syndrome. And Kino Lorber shows the world there's nothing wrong with a little gay cowboy action in 4K as Brokeback Mountain is announced. All this and more in the next Physical Media Report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 168. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And we don't actually have a ton of stuff to talk about here today, but what we do have to talk about is pretty darn cool. But before we get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media on this channel every single day. So if you like that kind of thing, 4Ks, Blu-rays, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me, then definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. And also be sure to comment down below, guys, of everything that we go over here today. And like I said, we got some cool stuff to talk about. What gets you the most amped up? What gets you the most excited? And what gets your juices flowing the most? Let me know that in the comment section below, and then turn on those bell notifications for all future videos. So let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. We have got a rumor to talk about, just one rumor to get into here today. And this is probably, unless you already bought this 3-pack 4K set from Screen Factory, this will probably make you happy. But we are supposed to be getting a Halloween H2O 4K Steelbook from Paramount on September the 26th. So the pre-order for this is actually up on Bull Moose right now. No word if we'll get Curse of Michael Myers or Resurrection, a steelbook of those, even though I would actually love a steelbook of Resurrection or Curse of Michael Myers, but H2O for sure. And I imagine that this is going to be for the 25th anniversary, so it'll be some kind of like 25th anniversary steelbook. The pre-order's up on Bull Moose. I think it's like $27.99, but I'm sure this is going to make a lot of people happy, especially if you didn't get that 4K set from Screen Factory, because a lot of people didn't want Resurrection and Curse of Michael Myers, so they just wanted H2O. They didn't want to have to buy that full set. So now you have the opportunity to just get the movie that you like. So again, this is a rumor, but it's up for pre-order on Bull Moose. Usually when that happens, it's pretty much guaranteed to happen, but we don't have any images of the steelbook. We don't know what it's going to look like, but I don't know. Hopefully it's a nice one. Hopefully Paramount does this one right, does a nice like slipcover over it, because they've done slipcovers on their steelbooks in the past. Hopefully they do it right. It's a nice little, you know, Lionsgate style steelbook from Paramount. I think that would be cool for H2O. You know, maybe have Michael Myers' mask go like over it or something on the slipcover. Like, they could do some cool things with it. So I'm optimistic about this one. And again, I think that a lot of people are just going to be happy to have H2O in 4K. And if they're using the same transfer that Screen Factory did or Paramount did when they gave it to Screen Factory, I'm not exactly sure who did the transfer. It's going to look amazing, because that 4K of H2O looked absolutely incredible. So I will say that out of all the movies I think in that box, I think H2O I was the most impressed with. It was a really good transfer, so I think that you'll be happy with just having H2O in 4K. But that's the rumors, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into the news and announcements. So one thing I'll say is last week I reported this in the news section because I was almost certain it was going to be announced that day. It didn't end up getting announced until Wednesday, and I think a couple people called me out in the comment section. They're like, Ken, you should have covered this in rumors. And you're probably right, but it was almost a done deal that these titles are coming out. We're talking about the Screen Factory September announcements. So I went ahead and covered it in news because I thought by the time I put the report out, they would have already been announced. But the Screen Factory September announcements were announced last Wednesday. Let's go ahead and jump into this with all the details. Natural Born Killers is coming out in 4K, of course, on September the 26th. We don't have any details on the special features, what's going to be included, director's cut, theatrical cut. We just know that Natural Born Killers is coming in 4K on September the 26th. No special editions or packages with that, so that's a little disappointing. I wanted a nice Woody Harrelson pin, you know. I wouldn't have got it anyway, but I know some people would have got those pin sets, and they would have been been cool. So I just think that with this movie, it's such a big movie and a big title. I feel like a lot of people would have bought the extra editions and stuff. I don't know. I feel like that's a missed opportunity on Scream Factory, Shout Factory's part. But we did get My Bloody Valentine on 4K with a bunch of different packages. That's coming out on September the 5th. We got a pins and posters set for $100. This is where it gets ridiculous, guys. $100 for pins and posters. The regular edition, I think, is like 40 bucks, but the one with pins and posters is 100. So they're essentially charging you $60 for pins. But it gets even crazier. We've talked about this before with Creepshow. This is like a new thing that Scream Factory is doing. Then the next package up is pins, posters, and lobby cards for $140. So they add in lobby cards. And I think it's like 6 lobby cards, and they're charging $40 more. Like we talked about this before. Like Arrow Video will just put these in their Blu-rays. I think pretty much every other like boutique label that does the lobby cards just put them in there. They don't charge any extra, but Scream Factory is charging $40. Who is paying for this? Are you out there paying for lobby cards for $40? No shame. Like if you're just a lobby card collector and you want to get them, no shame. But like $40 for lobby cards, we got to start pushing back on this a little bit. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. Like at least with pens, like those have like a collectability to them, I guess. Like there's a lot of people that collect pens. I know the Disney pens are really huge. So I could see maybe like $60 is still too ridiculous for that, but I could see maybe like, you know, $30, $40 for some pens. But like for lobby cards, like they're just cards. Like why are you, well, there's nothing special about them. It's really weird. And the poster, like if you just get the regular package of My Bloody Valentine, you're going to get that anyway. So that's not even really factored into this. And I know there's like a little prism sticker that they have. Those are pretty cool, but it's not like $60 cool, that's for sure. But yeah, My Bloody Valentine. The one thing that I do think is really cool though, and it's in the $100 package, is the fact that they put the pins inside of this like Valentine's Day heart-shaped box, like a chocolate box. I think that that's really cool. So I would almost want to get it just for that, even though I'm not a pin collector, because that's a really cool like item in and of itself, like the little like Valentine's Day chocolate box. I think that's pretty damn cool. But still, I still don't understand why they're doing My Bloody Valentine in September. That just feels like a February title. That would have been a winner. But let me know what you think of My Bloody Valentine in 4K. All the different packages, paying $40 for lobby cards. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. We also have Knights of the Comet coming out on 4K, which I'm actually really excited about. I think that's going to look great in 4K. That's coming out on September the 5th as well. And you're going to get an alternate slipcover package on this. It's available on the Scream Factory website for 40 bucks. I actually do like the slipcover on this quite a bit, but I just can't do it. After Creepshow, after getting the 4K of Creepshow with the alternate slipcover for like 55 bucks, when I know I could have just ordered it off of Amazon for like $28, $29, it just, I don't know, it stung a little bit too much, and I just don't know. Even though I like this slipcover, Night of the Comet's not like an all-time great movie to me. I do like it a lot, but it's not like Creepshow. So I don't feel like, even though I do really want it, and I'm really having to resist it, I'm not going to get this alternate slipcover from Night of the Comet. I'm just going to get the regular standard 4K when it comes out on Amazon. But if you want it, it's a nice looking slipcover. And I mean, $40, I think this is a little bit cheaper than Creepshow was actually. It's not too bad of a price, but when you pay for the shipping and all that tax and everything, it just comes out to too much. I can't do that every single time with Scream Factory and their alternate slipcovers. We also have The Lost City of Z. So I didn't know about this one last Monday. This was kind of a surprise. That's a movie starring Charlie Hunnam. I think Tom Holland, Spider-Man, is in that movie as well. I've never seen it, but yeah, sure, it looks like a movie that will look good on 4K. Let me know what you think about that movie in the comment section. That comes out on September the 19th. Then we have My Demon Lover coming out on Blu-ray on September the 5th. I will probably get this one at some point. I am interested in watching this movie. And I think it's a first-time Blu-ray release, but I know it's going to come out for like $30 on Blu-ray with no slipcover. I just don't know why Scream Factory doesn't still do like their collector's edition Blu-rays. Like they should be doing those alongside the 4Ks. Like My Demon Lover seems like one that would be, and Dr. Giggles would be good like collector's edition Blu-rays from Scream Factory, and they could sell those, probably a lot of those, at like, you know, 27, 20, 28, 30 bucks or something, probably the same as the 4Ks. And people would get them because they would have slips and they would have posters. Just doesn't make sense that they wouldn't do that. My Demon Lover, that comes out on September the 5th. We also have The Pack on Blu-ray on September the 12th. Don't know too much about that movie. Lost Souls on Blu-ray on September the 19th. The Irwin Allen Disaster Collection, which has 7 movies in it. I'm a big disaster movie fan. I've never heard of any of these movies in this set. I've never heard of Irwin Allen, so I don't know if this is something I should get. If you recommend it, if these are good disaster movies, I know that they're older films from like the 70s and 80s. Let me know in the comment section below, because I do love me a good disaster film. I just don't know if this is worth it or not, but it's a big set, 7 movies. That's a pretty good size set. That comes out on September the 12th. We also have What's Love Got to Do with It? Not the Tina Turner movie, but this is like a recent movie that has like Lily James in it or something. I don't really know too much about this. This comes out on September the 19th. So yeah, that's all the Screen Factory, Shout Factory announcements for the month of September. Let's go ahead and jump into The Little Mermaid. So this is coming out from Disney on September the 19th. That is the anticipated release date. This is up on Blu-ray.com right now. But it's like, it's not an official announcement yet. I don't know. Sometimes it's not available for pre-order, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Disney is putting out The Little Mermaid with a speculated release date of September the 19th. This is getting a Blu-ray. This is getting a 4K, and I'm going to show off all the covers up there. It's also getting a Best Buy Steelbook, which actually looks pretty good. I like the look of this Best Buy Steelbook. I do. And my daughter, look, I know that some people are like, I'm not getting this. I remember I did my post yesterday, and a lot of people were like, I'm passing on this. No way am I picking this up. No, but people just don't want to support The Little Mermaid. I saw it in the theaters. My daughter really enjoyed the movie. I'll probably end up picking this up. When you become a parent, guys, and your kids, you start to watch movies differently. I guess you start to enjoy certain ones like through the lens of them in a certain way. So like the Marvel movies I can still enjoy because my son enjoys watching them, even though I've kind of removed myself from that world. And these live action movies, look, I don't love them. They just feel soulless to me, to be honest. Like I thought Little Mermaid was probably one of the better ones, but it's still just very bland and mediocre. And I didn't really like how this movie looked, to be honest. It just didn't bring out all the vibrant colors of that original animated movie like I wanted it to. But I enjoyed some things about it. I'll definitely pick it up. My daughter said she wanted the Best Buy Steelbook, so I guess that's the one that I'm probably going to get. It's also getting a really beautiful 4K Walmart exclusive. I've really been impressed with these Walmart exclusives. They really look spectacular. And this is a really cool cover as well. It's got all the characters on it, but I just like the colors that they're using, and it's like a whitish, type slipcover. Looks really cool. Anyway, that comes out on September the 19th. But let me know if you're going to get The Little Mermaid. I know there's haters out there, and you can comment that you're not going to get it as well. But let me know if you're excited for it in the comment section below. We also have, I know a lot of people are going to be excited for this one. The Nightmare Before Christmas is not only getting that ugly ass Disney Steelbook, 4K Steelbook with the tin Steelbook, that ugly tin thing that Disney's doing with their Steelbooks, but it's also getting a standalone 4K slipcover. I'm super excited about it. I actually really like the design on it as well. That's coming out from Disney on August the 22nd. It's available to pre-order right now for $21.99. So anything that's available to pre-order, all the Screen Factory stuff, Nightmare Before Christmas, I will leave links down below in the description. So if you would, hit those links because they are Amazon affiliate links and they do help support the channel, and I would appreciate it. But I'm very excited for this movie in 4K. I think it'll look great. Now, I do have the Target edition of The Nightmare Before Christmas that released a few years ago. It's like a little like open like booklet set. I think it's like a digipack set. It's got like a book in it. It's been a while since I've opened it up, but I think it's like a digipack. Back when Target actually did really good exclusives, really good, nice exclusive releases. Remember when that happened? There was some good stuff that came out from Target, but I will absolutely get this. I think this is a movie that is worth upgrading to 4K. Absolutely will look fantastic in 4K. And I've loved the movie since I was a kid. So super excited to get this one and watch it in 4K. Nightmare Before Christmas, and super excited that it's actually getting a cool slipcover version. So let me know what you think of the slip down below in the comment section. And guys, look, we got to get into it. Brokeback Mountain is coming to 4K from Kino Lorber. So it got an announcement from Kino Lorber, but no like official cover art or release date or anything like that. So Brokeback Mountain is a movie that I have actually never seen. And to be honest, like, I'm kind of ashamed that I've never seen it because, like, this movie came out back in 2005. And, you know, I was a young kid back in 2005. And if you guys remember, when this movie came out, it was huge. Like, it was a pop culture phenomenon, and in some ways for the right reasons and in other ways for the wrong reasons. A lot of people made fun of this movie, and I remember, like, you know, I've worked in a warehouse for like the past 20 years, so with a bunch of dudes. So there were a lot of jokes thrown out back in the day over this movie, and I remember jumping in on the jokes of this movie. It was a movie that people made fun of, and it was just a movie that back then I never felt like I needed to see, but I would really like to see it now. And this is a movie that has that, like, it's like kind of, I would say this movie's kind of a Western in a way, and it has that outdoor setting. And it's a period piece. I think this movie's probably going to look pretty damn good in 4K. So to be honest, I'm kind of excited that this is getting a 4K and I get to watch it for the first time because I've never seen the movie, and I know it's a critically acclaimed film. It's got two of my favorite actors of all time in it. I mean, I love Heath Ledger and I love Jake Gyllenhaal, but I have grown as an individual since then, and I've watched several you know, LGBTQ movies since then. I love the movie Moonlight. I love Portrait of a Lady on Fire. And I feel like I'm ready for some Brokeback Mountain action. Take that for what you will on 4K. I think this movie's going to look spectacular. And a lot of people were saying in the thread on Blu-ray.com that they were surprised that Criterion hadn't jumped on this one yet. And I'm actually surprised they didn't as well, because I don't think this movie has any like kind of release other than just a regular Blu-ray. So I'm surprised nobody's jumped on this one until now. But Kino Lorber did. Brokeback Mountain on 4K. It's coming at some point. Who knows? But it's coming eventually. We also got the Boogans coming on 4K from Kino Lorber. And I don't know too much about the Boogans, but again, this was given an announcement, but no official release date. But I do know, and we'll get into this a little bit, All of Film's Blu-ray label has just shut down. They're not producing any more Blu-rays. And a lot of their stuff, people have speculated that Kino Lorber is going to pick up. And we're already seeing the beginnings of that right here with the Boogans, because that was a former All of Film's Blu-ray, and Monster Squad as well just got announced a couple of weeks ago. So it looks like a lot of the stuff that was available on All of Films is going to make a transition towards Kino Lorber, and it could possibly be getting 4Ks. Like, I know they did Thinner, Stephen King's Thinner. I would love to see that movie get a 4K release. I think that would be super awesome. I haven't seen that movie in such a long time. And that would fit right in with like Cujo and Needful Things and some other Stephen King stuff that they're doing, Misery as well. So yeah, the Boogans, I don't know too much about. I can't speak on it, but it is interesting that All of Films is going away, but a lot of their stuff like could be coming out from Kino Lorber, re-releasing either on Blu-ray or 4K in the future. So definitely keep that in mind. We also got Elizabeth and Promising Young Woman coming out on 4K. I talked about this last week, but the covers are finally being shown. So we have the two 4K covers for those movies. They're coming out from Universal on August the 22nd, and the pre-orders are currently up right now. I'll link them down below for $27.98 a piece. And we got to talk about IFC joining Vinegar Syndrome. This is really interesting to me. IFC, of course, was with Scream Factory for the longest time. Like, they've released several Scream Factory titles that I have actually really enjoyed. Autopsy of Jane Doe they put out in Scream Factory. Rent-A-Pal. The Clove Hitch Killer, I think, is super underrated with Dylan McDermott. That's a great movie. The Devil's Candy with Ethan Embry. That's a great movie as well. I've got a few listed down here. Just some cool stuff that came out under the Scream Factory label under IFC Films. But now it looks like Scream Factory has lost this partner, and now IFC Films is moving to Vinegar Syndrome. So that definitely makes me optimistic. I think that some of the stuff that we'll see, I know some people talked about the Human Centipede because IFC Films did that as well. Maybe that'll get like a 4K trilogy set from Vinegar Syndrome, but I would love to see a super nice like 4K release with some cool artwork of Autopsy of Jane Doe. Like, that's a super underrated movie to me. The Clove Hitch Killer would be cool. The Devil's Candy, like, they could do some incredible stuff with the artwork on that if they wanted to do a 4K of The Devil's Candy. So I'm definitely optimistic about this new partner label from Vinegar Syndrome. And they've done other movies like Swallow came out a couple of years ago. I really enjoyed that movie. The one with Matt Dillon that I cannot think the name off the top of my head. I actually just went over there and grabbed it. It's The House That Jack Built. This was a wild and crazy movie right here. Wild and crazy. Directed by Lars von Trier. So this can make a cool Vinegar Syndrome release. And again, it'll be a partner label, I imagine. So it'll be released with their partner label stuff, but they'll still do the same old like Vinegar Syndrome slipcover style packaging that we all know and love. So I think that could be that could be a really cool partnership going forward, I think. And I imagine they'll still do some of their newer films that are coming out as well. But yeah, IFC Films, like, they don't always have the best titles. Like, I don't want to see Pie Wacket in 4K anytime soon. That was one that I bought and watched, and yeah, that wasn't that great. I don't want to see The Wretched on 4K, even though that's probably the stuff that they'll do at some point as well. But they definitely have some really good films that I would love to see get 4K transfers for Vinegar Syndrome. So I think that's a cool partnership going forward that we, should be excited for. IFC Films joining Vinegar Syndrome. I think that's pretty damn cool. We also have No Hard Feelings, that new movie with Jennifer Lawrence that is getting a Blu-ray release from Sony. No official release date yet, but we do have the image of that Blu-ray release. And that does it for all of the announcements, guys, the news and announcements. Let's go ahead and jump into the sales. There's a ton of sales going on right now, guys. As you know, I've done tons of streams on these sales. We have the Arrow video, the Camp Arrow video sale going on right now. I did a stream on this last night, just kind of going over everything. I will link that up there if you guys want to go check that out. We also got a Groove sale going on for horror titles that ends today. I covered that last night as well. Amazon Prime, we are on the cusp of the Amazon Prime Day sales this week. They start tomorrow, and I think they go into Wednesday as well. And I'm sure there's going to be tons of great deals on physical media. I will definitely be doing a video when those deals go live to update you guys on all the incredible deals that I'm sure is going to be coming out on Prime Day. And that's going to be July the 11th and 12th. We also got of course, the Criterion Barnes & Noble sale going on right now. Tons of Criterion titles for 50% off on Barnes & Noble websites and in Barnes & Noble stores, and also on Amazon. They're price matching a lot of stuff as well. But just going into like the Amazon stuff that's on sale right now, it's almost like a pre-Prime Day sale going on right now, because there's some incredible deals on Amazon for some of their 4Ks and Blu-rays. We got Sicario on 4K for $9.99. We got Dredd on 4K for $9.99. We got Gemini Man on 4K for $11.99, which actually looks really freaking great on 4K. Gemini Man looks spectacular on 4K. The movie itself is okay. It's kind of interesting in parts, but that 4K looks incredible. The Witch in 4K is $9.99. Infinity Pool 4K Steelbook, it's not out yet, but it's up for pre-order for $23.99. We got Shazam 2 on 4K for $19.99. This is actually a really good deal. We got Red Eye on 4K, that Paramount Presents edition, for $26.99. That's actually went down significantly, so that's a great deal for that release. Renfield on Blu-ray just came out a few weeks ago, is now down $5 to $17.99. We got Daddy's Home on 4K for $11.99. We got Top Gun 2 Film 4K Collection for $31.99. We get the Halloween Trilogy on 4K for $39.99. The new Halloween Trilogy. We got the Kindred on Blu-ray for $17.46. We got the Evil Dead Rise on 4K. That just came out, marked down $3 to $24.99. We got Double Jeopardy on 4K for $26.99. We got Jaws 2 on 4K. Just came out last week. Already marked down $2 to $19.99. We got Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness on 4K for $13.99. We got Thor Love and Thunder on 4K for $13.99. We got 8 Mile on 4K. That came out last November, and that is $13.99. And we got Us on 4K for $10.99. So some great deals on 4Ks right now on Amazon. Go check them out. But like, we got the Prime Day sales tomorrow, guys. Like, the sales are kicking up a notch. Protect your wallets at all costs. You don't have to get everything at once. There'll be more sales coming, I promise. You don't have to get everything now, but get some of the stuff that you've been interested in, that you've been holding out on for sure. Now let's go ahead and jump into what is new this week. It's not a huge week for physical media in terms of like volume and quantity, but there's a lot of really good stuff coming out this week. I had to be a little selective because like I wanted like 7 or 8 different things, and I only ended up pre-ordering like 3 or 4. So, but definitely some great stuff coming out this week, including Scream 6 coming out from Paramount on 4K for $29.96, on Blu-ray for $22.99 with that red banner at the top, and also getting a 4K Steelbook for $34.96. Now, this 4K Steelbook is not Best Buy exclusive. You can actually get it on Amazon. You can pre-order it on Amazon, but really nice looking Steelbook. I like the covers on all these. I'm not going to get Scream 6 this week because I just saw that movie in theaters. It feels like yesterday or like a week ago. There's other stuff that I am excited to watch in 4K this week, so I'm going to hold off on Scream 6 because I feel like that'll drop in price, like maybe $5 in the next couple weeks, and I'll just pick it up then. So I'll hold off this week on Scream 6, but I know a lot of people are excited about that because they love their Scream movies. We also have After Hours coming out from Criterion. I'm super excited for this one. Getting a 4K for $24.99 per the 50% off sale, and also a Blu-ray for $19.99. So if you're going to get After Hours from Criterion on 4K, definitely get it this month because it's on sale right now, guys. It will not be on sale next month. It'll be $34.99. So definitely, if you're interested in After Hours on 4K, get it this month for $24.99, either on Amazon or on the Barnes & Noble website. We also have The Burning coming out on 4K from Screen Factory for $29.99. I'm very excited to check this one out on 4K as well. We got Sisu coming out from Lionsgate, getting a 4K for $24.96, a Blu-ray for $19.96, and a 4K Best Buy exclusive Steelbook for $31.99. Really great looking Steelbook. I'm hoping I can go in stores and find that and pick it up tomorrow. We also have Beau is Afraid, the new A24 Lionsgate title coming out on Blu-ray for $21.99. That's the new Ari Aster film. I did pre-order that. I am gonna try to watch it this week. I'll probably do a review on my wife and I's channel, Married with Media, so go check us out. Subscribe. I'll link that down below. I did order this. I'm probably not going to like it, but I did order this because I'm interested and I like collecting the A24s with a slipcover. We also have Shin Ultraman coming out from Cleopatra and MVD for $17.99. We got Invaders from Mars coming out on 4K from Ignition for $31.73 for the 4K, and then the Blu-ray is also coming out for $26.23. We also got McBain coming out with Christopher Walken from Synapse for $19.99. Very excited to check that one out. We got Mission Impossible 5 and 6 coming out, getting 4K Steelbooks from Paramount for $24.99 a piece, Fallout and Rogue Nation. We also got The Watermelon Woman coming out from Criterion for $19.99. I'm kind of interested in that, but I don't know if I'll pick that up this month. We got Netherworld coming out from Full Moon Features for $13.19. We got Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret coming out from Lionsgate for $22.99, and also getting a Walmart exclusive with a really nice cover on it. I love that cover. That's actually cheaper than the regular Blu-ray for $19.96 at Walmart. So you get a nicer cover at Walmart than the regular Lionsgate one, and it's also cheaper. So kind of weird how that works out. Maybe Amazon will lower their price going into tomorrow. We also got Stooge-O-Rama, coming out from Kit Parker Films for $42.99. That's the 8 hours of Three Stooges footage. I showed that off over the weekend on the channel. That's coming out for $42.99. We also got Book Club, The Next Chapter, coming out from Universal for $22.95. We got Doctor Who Season 3 set coming out from BBC for $52.75. We got Kino Lorber releasing 2 new titles this week, including Human Desire for $17.99 and Film Noir Dark Side of Cinema Volume 15 for $32.58. We got 2 new titles coming out from Mill Creek this week, including a Richard Pryor 2-pack for $11.99, including the films Which Way Is Up and Bingo Long. We also got the White Noise double pack, including White Noise 1 and White Noise 2 for $12.99. We got Knights of the Zodiac coming out from Sony for $19.99. We got To Catch a Killer coming out from Vertical Entertainment for $12.99. We got Beneath the Old Dark House coming out from Scream Team Releasing for $19.99. We got Day Zero coming out from Wellgo USA for $29.99. A little bit pricey for that title right there, though. Corsage coming out from IFC Films for $21.99. We got Pacification coming out from Grasshopper Films for $22.99. We also got Carmen coming out from Sony for $24.99. And we got All Man, which I consider myself to be, the International Male Story coming out from Giant Interactive for $22.99. And with that, guys, we are done with this week's edition of the Physical Media Report. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. Please, if you can, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, comment down below of everything that we discussed. What are you the most excited about? Turn on those bell notifications for all future videos and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.